Today we're going to take you through a moving day for our full-time RVing family.
We'll show you packing up, hitching up, drive day, and arrival.
Let's go. Pack up for us typically starts the day before we actually leave. Normally in the evening after the kids go to bed, we'll put some stuff away, but in this case, the weather says it's supposed to rain this afternoon, so I'm gonna get all of our outdoor stuff put away this morning before the weather gets nasty.
It's a good thing Kevin packed things up outside earlier today because now it is raining. It is also evening, and there are a few more things that we like to take care of in here before moving day. Let's show you.
I roll up the rug.
The leaf in the middle of our table here has to be put away. And don't forget to latch it. We put these plastic tubs down in the middle of the floor here so we can fill them with all of the items on our countertops for safekeeping while we travel down the road. We can lay the rug next to it, and there's still enough space because the slides just come in to either side of the island here.
If there's anything that we need for the morning, we will leave that out and take care of it tomorrow as we are packing up.
The night before, we also like to prep our lunch and our snacks. Basically, I grab whatever is in the fridge. Fruit, veggies, sandwiches, or wraps, peanut butter and jelly is a great go-to. Get it all ready, put it back in the fridge so I can just grab it for our cold bag in the morning. That's what I'm gonna do now, and then we're gonna go to bed, and we'll see you in the morning.
Good morning.
Now that it's morning time, we pack up as we go along. First place to tackle is the master bedroom. We throw anything that could get in the way of the slide coming in on the bed, close up, one room down. As we continue to get ready, we latch up the sliding door to the shower. Since this is glass, if that were loose, bad things could happen. Anything that is standing on the counters goes into the shower. I latch the door. Cabinets are closed. That's it. Probably easiest room in the house. We'll have a quick breakfast, and then we'll clean up the last few things and finish getting the kids ready for the day. Then I help the kids clean up the kids' room. This is the reality of how chaotic it often gets in here. It has gotten easier now that both kids are sleeping in the loft. They decided they'd like to do that. Gives us more room to just pile things into the slide. If we're in a rush, we can really just shove it in there and go. We're gonna put away the last few things from breakfast, clean up last few dishes. We have several things on the counter here that we just stick in the sink. I am grabbing the food that I prepped last night. As soon as I grab everything out of here, I kind of do a once over to see if I think anything looks like it might be in peril of falling out when we open the fridge again later, and lock it up.
Christine usually stages everything by the door for me so I can take it out to the truck, but first, the dog. So we always make sure to check under the slides before bringing the slides in, because inevitably there's all sorts of toys that we find under there, and it has ended up gouging a part of the floor in the past, so this is just part of the routine. Next up, before the slides come in, where I still have room to be here, I like to turn the breakers off, so most things are off when we're traveling down the road. Now we put the main slides in.
Next, I get the kids out of the RV and we hang out around the campsite. They play a little bit, or we go on a little walk while Kevin finishes up. Then, at some point, I get them in the truck.
Now it is time to disconnect and dump the tanks, and I've got to say I am really happy with the way that the weather has turned out today, because the weather was saying that it was supposed to be pretty rainy and ugly today. This is great. Next, I gotta roll the cover back on the truck to get ready to hitch up, but first I'm gonna take the garbage out. It's the last load of garbage, and then we can finally get hitched up and hit the road. It's nice because I can control the whole leveling system from this touch screen in here, and it also saves the last position where it hitched from, so I should be able to just press this auto hitch button and it will retract the rear levelers and raise the front to the height that it was hitched at last. Next up, I get in the truck and actually hitch up. Next, I actually have to lower the trailer onto the truck, and this is a really good opportunity to make sure the propane is off, because the other control panel for the leveling system is in the propane compartment. So the trailer has rolled back just slightly onto those wheel chocks. So the next thing I'll have to do is pull the trailer forward just a little, but I gotta get the door closed first. So now I gotta put the stairs in. We love these stairs, they're super sturdy. The only thing about them is if you don't clean them off really well, as soon as you lift it up and put it inside, all the dirt just rains down in the front doorway. It is time for what we like to call the final walk around. I'll turn on the emergency blinkers to make sure all the lights are working. We walk around the trailer and just make sure that everything looks totally normal, nothing out of the ordinary.
Right, because Kevin's been doing all the other stuff, so he gets to look again, and I put a fresh pair of eyes on it just to double check. Here we go.
Walk around the back, make sure my lights look good. I check the levelers, that they're up all the way, there's nothing extended. The tires look good. The door is locked. I think we're ready to go. All set?
Yeah, we checked the hitch. I think you mentioned the other things. Make sure there are no branches that we need to be aware of as we leave.
It's time to hit the road.
We wouldn't leave you behind. Let's go. Is that good luck or what? We're on the road. I was just filming us turning onto Highway 101. Brought the camera in. It started raining. We're not always that lucky. Sometimes poor Kevin is out doing all of that pack up, hitch up stuff in the rain. Thankfully, we haven't had to deal with that too often, but it does happen. Got very lucky today. Now we're gonna drive for a bit, and then we'll show you a little bit about what that looks like for us here on the road.
Well, I always do all the driving. Christine's always been the better navigator, especially if I need help getting through some area, even before we were doing RV life. She also takes care of the kids, snacks, other needs. I always make sure I corroborate our route with truckrouter.com. I just tell it we're a full-size 18-wheeler, so it routes me the right way. We've never run into any problems with low bridges that way. I also like to corroborate what they give me with Google Maps, and sometimes I'll check out the route on satellite view if I'm not entirely sure. But then I will just follow the GPS for the most part on my phone, because I already know in advance where we're going and where not to go. I also plan our fuel stops in advance, and we will have one of those today.
So the way the kids stay entertained on travel days is we have a little travel organizer that sits between both of their car seats in the back. They can reach their stuffed animals, a few little toys, we have books. It's just a combination of a bunch of different things to give them variety, to cycle out throughout the day, and that keeps them pretty entertained. The cold bag we packed sits in the front here between the driver and passenger seats, so I can just reach in, get anybody a snack as we go. Sometimes we stop for lunch, and sometimes we just keep going, and I hand snacks back as people get hungry. So I also try to get a little work done on the road, depending on the day and what we have going on. So that is what I'm going to do now for a little bit.
So we've driven all the way in from the coast. We've made it to the interstate, which will probably be on the rest of the day, but first we're gonna do a bathroom break for everybody. This isn't our fuel stop for the day. We normally try to have a bathroom break with our fuel stop, but we're not gonna make it that far without one today.
It's not the most glamorous place for a stop, but it works. If we can find a nice scenic overlook or a rest area on the interstate, we prefer those. But it's nice to have our own bathroom on board, and anywhere the rig fits, we can have a stop. The pretty rainbow is a nice touch though. We've actually been seeing rainbows almost the entire way. That makes the rest area quite nice. Next stop, gas station. You might be wondering, why didn't we just stop here? The prices are much better at the stop that Kevin has planned out for us.
So we're here at our fuel stop. It is a truck stop and it's really loud outside, so we're just gonna talk in here for a bit. We like to use truck stops because we can use our TSD Logistics fuel card, which gets us a nice discount. Ironically enough, we're actually here more for DEF than we are for diesel fuel, but we can fill up on both.
Caught behind Venetian blinds, out of reach for the city lines. This ain't where I belong.
So we just finished fueling, and if we hadn't stopped not long ago, we probably would drive over to the truck parking area and have everybody take a break, use the bathroom there. But because we recently did that, we're just gonna hit the road again, keep going.
Hey, look at me, man, what I've become. I've been running east, looking for a sunset, digging deep since '99.
We've made one more stop at a rest area before we make our final push to our destination.
As you can tell, it is completely dark outside. I honestly can't remember the last time we traveled in the dark, but it's getting dark earlier this time of year, so it happened today.
And also, I don't think we've told you exactly where we're headed. Our final destination tonight is not another campground, not a boondocking spot. We're actually headed to family, where we plan to spend the holidays. So it's a little bit different arriving there rather than, you know, a standard campsite. And
we have to make it down an S-curved driveway, and so because it's dark, we really don't want to attempt that tonight. So I think we're just gonna get there, park at the top, and go in and have dinner.
And because there is more that we want to tell you guys about what it's like arriving at a destination, whether it's family, friends, or a campground, we think that we're gonna have to make a second video. So we're gonna tell you more about that in the morning when we go down our nemesis, the S-curved driveway. So you're not gonna wanna miss that. We hope that you enjoyed this video and you caught a glimpse into what moving day is like for us.
Let us know if there's anything that you didn't expect on a travel day, or if you have any questions, and we'll see you next time.
Bye guys.
Bye.
Look how bad our knives. We can't show this. How I do it like this and then I rip it apart. Thank you, Shetzi.
Good job.
Great job. Help. Stop.
What I thought was gone was sitting in my pocket.